Look, I'm not blind to all of the challenges the world faces. Don't get me wrong. We're a skittish species. We uh, we have earned it honestly, though. And somebody, I don't even know who it was, said it was far better for our ancestors to see a rock and to think it was a bear and run away from it than for them to see a bear and think, it's just a rock and not to run away. So it's always been better for us to be skittish and frightened and to scamper off and hide. And that has served us well. But what it has made us is natural pessimists. It's made us always think, oh, well, that could be a bear. It's not a rock, it's a bear. And even when it's a rock, we still think, oh, that might still be a bear. That's what's inside of us. That's what powers us. And in the cold light of day, when we can see everything clearly, we can say, it's just a rock. I understand why people are worried about what technology can do. It's far easier to see the bad it can do than to imagine the good. It's like the internet. When the internet came out, people said, oh, what's this going to do to jobs? You're going to have no more travel agents. You're going to have no more stockbrokers. You're going to have no more yellow pages or whatever you have in Europe, the big book you get with all the businesses in it. You're going to have no more newspapers, and you're going to have all these things. And they would have been right about every single one of them, every one of them. But nobody saw Etsy and eBay and Google and Amazon and Airbnb and Uber, a million new businesses, more jobs with new names than we ever could have imagined. Nobody could imagine any of that. So we're programmed to always see the bad half of something, and we're unable almost to see the good half. And so when I sit here and talk about all these things that technology is going to do, there'll be no hunger, and all the children will know how to read, and all these other things. It isn't because I'm ignorant or blind to the misuses of technology, but because I know that more people on this planet want to do good than evil. We know this because we never would have made it to where we are if most of us were bad. More people want to build than destroy. We know this. We could not have had progress if it wasn't for that, and that we've gotten this far. There was a time when we were an endangered species, that there were less than 1,000 breeding pairs of humans. Genetically, they think that about 75,000 years ago, 1,000 breeding pairs of humans. And what would you have bet on us then? Like, oh, that's going to be the species that, runs everything and goes to the moon. You wouldn't. And yet we overcame all that adversity with limited technology because more people were good than bad. And now we have all this technology to multiply what we're able to do and the good we're going to be able to do in the universe. People have dreamed of utopias for a long time. And they've always been that. They've just been these dreams. And we were kind of raised thinking, well, those are just dreams. But we're actually going to be the people that can create that world. Not because we're better. We just happen to be lucky to be born at the time when the technology has surpassed scarcity, when we now have the technology to overcome these problems. And so we can actually build these things. It's just a matter of will at this point. It's not a matter of can we.